Hey, you guys. Good morning, afternoon, evening, at whatever point that you're taking a look at this video. And a few things for the week with 522. Want to remind you guys that we've got the Kiss the Cow thing going on. And so I hope that you did, in fact, set a goal if you hadn't before, that you set it. Please let us know on the forum this week what that goal is. I hope that maybe you sent out some cards this week, took a look at your ministry care list. This really needs to become a habit with your group. Talk about people who might be missing, talk about prospects, send out some cards. You don't have to limit it to postcards. It can be Facebook messages, it could be text messages, it could be phone calls. If it's text messages or Facebook, you could do it right then during group time. And this ensures we don't forget to do those things. And it can sort of be a thing, oh, wish you were here having group time right now. So I encourage you, please, build it into the part of your culture as a group. That not just the leader, but all of you reach out to folks around you. Maybe the best example of that is the WOW group, Women of the Word. I think they do a pretty good job with that. Then the other thing we talked about was finding out where you stand with your group structure, where you maybe have taken a step forward, taken that next step forward. In the forum this week, I'd like you to share what step you may have taken forward, where things stand, so we can celebrate some positives and then continue to think about things that need to be better. So here's another item for you. I want to encourage you to use Web Church Connect. Web Church Connect is our online database. In it, you will find basically anyone we've ever been able to collect information on connected to our church. And so it's a great place to get information on prospects you're trying to reach out to. You can get addresses, phone numbers, those sorts of things. Excuse me. And so I encourage you to utilize that. So if we mentioned in the forum a person you need to be reaching out to, you're like, I don't know how to do that. All you need to do is go to our church website, tpc2000.org, and on the home page you'll see a link on the right side of the screen that looks like a big globe, and it says click here to access our online database. You go there, and when you go to, it'll bring you to a login page. Your login will be your first and last name, all lowercase, no spaces. So in my case it would be Josh Bunch, all lowercase, no spaces. The default password, if you've never changed it, is TPC2000, just like the website name, TPC2000. Then when you log in, if you want to change your username and or password, you can do that. Now the thing that's really important is that before you log in, you'll see there are some boxes across the top that talk about different sorts of things you can log into. You want to make sure that you click the management square, which is the one on the far left. If you go into the management side, you'll have access to a lot more information. And so as group leaders, you're able to do that. You're all set up to be able to access that side. Okay? If you have any trouble, text me, Facebook me, call me, and I'll talk you through it. Okay? And it's in that place where you can search for members. You can look at the list of the whole church membership. Another person you can ask about it, if you have any questions, really, Amelia is more of an authority on it than I am. So feel free to call her or text her and get some help on it. Utilize that tool. It's out there on the web, basically in the cloud, so that you can access it anytime, anywhere. There's even a mobile version of the website, and so if you are on a phone, it'll take you to a mobile version, and you can still do searches, that sort of thing. Also want to mention to you that you should have seen on your tables this weekend kind of a rough draft of a calling card for each group. We had talked about making a calling card to invite people, even during service, as well as outside the service, to your particular group, and to try to increase group identity that much more. And we talked about them being credit card size, and I found it difficult to come up with a time to create that. It was going to be a little more involved, so I actually just came up with a little half sheet for each group with a little logo. Now, again, it's just a rough draft. You guys let me know if you are happy with it as is, or if you'd like to change it somehow. I can even just send you the file. In fact, I'm going to attach the PDFs of each one to the forum this week. So you can check that out. If you want an editable version, just let me know. If you want to make some changes to it, I'm open to that. But basically, all of the little flyers are exactly the same, except for the logo at the top. All right? Well, and the contact person's name and info. That's different. So if you're happy with yours, let us know. If you want to make a change, let us know, and we can produce them in larger amounts for your group members to take and to invite, and so that you can get someone in your group structure to take charge of watching the room. And when you see people, maybe that's you, maybe that's somebody that you elect to do it, when you see someone who kind of fits the profile of your group come into the church, whether they're brand new or newer, you'll have something to be able to hand them to invite them to your group. I want to remind you about teaching techniques. Think, Pair, Share is obviously something that we've used and we want to continue to use. You don't have to use it every time, every week, but it can be a very helpful way to get a maximum number of people involved. And so I encourage you to do it, and I encourage you to use it with some regularity. Also, if you will be reminded that in each of your binders, there's a whole section where you can look at creative teaching techniques that you can use for any lesson at any time. And so we encourage you to utilize some of those as well. If you have any questions about that, please let us know on the forum. In addition to that, if you don't know where your binder is, that's something you need, and you need to have access to on a regular basis. I hope that your groups were inspired by what was shared on Sunday about the New Life Center and about Bethany Haven. One thing I wanted to mention to you, it's on our bulletin board. I put it in the 522 news this past week, and you will see attached to the forum today a PDF, an invitation to something called a Chocolate Extravaganza, which the New Life Center does every year. It's kind of one of their big fundraisers. It's a good fellowship opportunity for groups. I'm going to try to take the soulmates. I'm going to try to encourage all of us to couple up and go and fill up a table and contribute the money together. You'll see the details on the flyer. It's a way to support them and have a good fellowship at the same time. It can be a ministry project and a fellowship, perfect put together. And so I want to encourage you to consider that with your group. I'm going to try to get our group to go. We'll see. I believe that's all I have for you, really, for this week. Just want to get the feedback from you on those items. Make a few contacts this week. Who have you not seen for a while? Oh, one last thing. I am trying to press ahead and make some invitations for the special study. I did change the special study. Some of you have probably caught that by now. It's no longer flawed. It's now going to be the darkest hours. Long story short, I thought that was going to be better, even though it was kind of a last-minute change. I am making invitations as we speak. Who am I inviting? Well, basically anyone who's connected to our church in any way who is not part of a group currently. And so what that means is I'm probably contacting and inviting people who are on your ministry care list, maybe people you're trying to invite and reach out to. And so I don't want you to see that as me trying to steal them. Obviously, we're just trying to get them here somehow, some way. And so that doesn't mean that you should stop contacting them. It just means that I'm going to be making that extra effort over the next couple of weeks, hopefully draw some of them in for the study. We'll see. So far, I haven't really gotten any positive response, so I don't know where it'll go, but we're going to keep trying. All right, that's it. Please respond to the items that I've mentioned here, and I'll also have them typed out for you in the forum, okay? Thanks very much. You guys be blessed.